That's actually so sick. Wow, I'm making that again for sure. Hey! Yoo-hoo! Welcome to the shark spot. Let's go get a shark. He's coming under the boat. What a sick little kitchen, eh? Can't wait to tell you what I've done with the fish in preparation. I was laughing while I was doing it. I don't know why I did it, but I've done it. I've got a real special recipe, better than anything I've tried before, and it's quite gourmet. Didn't feel right. It smelled like shark, like gummy shark. It just didn't feel like gummy shark. Yoo! Oi, check this location out. Absolutely unreal. It's been a soggy couple of days. It's rained for the last 3 or 4 days, and I was walking along these cliff tops trying to find a nice location to do this Turkish inspired cook up. I was slipping the whole way. So we went out the other day and we caught ourselves a nice little gummy shark, and I come up with this recipe the other week and I was like, I'm gonna cook that. It's got some stuff you've never heard of. It's got some stuff that I've never heard or seen of. So I'm gonna give that a crack, and I hope you guys like it. I hope it turns out all right. But gozlemi is like a Turkish pastry bread filled with some real nice toppings. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chuck our shark in that we're gonna zest up with some nice ingredients. Cook that bread filled with all that goodness, bit of cheese in there, I'm not even gonna tell you what's in it. You just wait and see. Let's get into it. We've just launched the boat. I'm currently out sitting for squid in 2.5 to 3 meters of water. So basically the goal of today is we're gonna head out and we're gonna try and catch a gummy shark. I'm out trying to get some squid right now, some southern calamari, because they're unreal bait. I would like some flesh baits for the gummies later on. So what we're gonna do is concentrate on getting bait for the next hour or two. And then we're gonna head out and sit out and try and get our gummy shark that we're gonna cook up later. It's gonna be mint. I've been wanting to cook this recipe for a while now, so it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to try it. Can't wait to show you guys. Wait. Oh, she's hooked well. Oh, there we go. We got a nice salmon. That'll be a beautiful bait for our. Oh, what a catch! That'll be a good bait for our sharks later. We gave up on the squid after about 45 minutes. There was just not much happening, and I chucked the lures in 3 minutes in, bang, we got a salmon straight away, so that's good news. I'm just trawling on a drop off that's sort of like that, so any smaller bait fish will get swept off, and then your predators should sit below there, like the salmon that we just picked up, just pecking off all those little bait fish. Hopefully we get something a bit bigger, barracuda or a pike, snook, or anything. I'm happy with anything right now. That's made me happy. I'm stoked. We got some bait now to go get this shark. Whee! Yoo-hoo! I was just going to swap that. That was skipping on the water. That hit that while that was skipping on the surface. As soon as I hit that drop off again. Thanks, buddy. Not bad size. They're not huge. They'll do. I literally just pulled up. This isn't a bad fish. Nice yellowtail mackerel. This is what I'm after. Exactly what I came here for. I'm sitting in about 5 meters and I'm just burleying up and chucking down tiny little bits of pilchard. Ew! I think we got about 10 fish in that bucket now. 2 salmon, about 8 to 10 mackerel. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna head that way and set up for our big gummy shark that we're gonna tuck in. All right, let's get it. Welcome to the shark spot. I was meant to be catching bait for a little while longer, but we lucked out and got it early, so I'm here on the run in. So what I've got is actually mixing it up here, trialing a few different things. I've been running this rig on the surf lately, and I've been loving it, so I want to try it here. It's more of an offshore rig. It's got It's sort of like a single dropper paternoster, and I've put some Lumo tube over there just for the toothy critters, just so it gives it a bit more bite protection over that area. Then I just got a long dropper of like 20 pound, what's that? It's probably 1.2 meters of 20 pound, just so that'll break off, and then we're just connected to the fish there. So that's our yellowtail mackerel we got before. Let's go get a shark. Fresh salmon fillet there, ready for something just to suck on the back of that and just slowly find that hook, and then we're on. Beautiful. So that'll sit in the water pretty much like that, just flailing slowly, and something will just come in. Beautiful. So I was getting the boat ready today, and I was putting the batteries on charge, and I went to go jump in and have a look at my rods, and I realized they were all off getting serviced finally, so no more crunchy reels in my videos. Got a not a Tiagra, bloody Tyrannos 16 now. It's a bit heavy, but hey, it's all I got at the moment. So I got that Tyrannos 16, the little baby brother. I think that's an 8. That'll get me out of trouble today. Some southern bluefin tuna, 110 kilo southern bluefin. The southern bluefin tuna. Instead of throwing all the offcuts off, I don't like wasting fish, so cryovac that, and we got some primo bait, and it's super oily, super bloody, so that'll let out a nice burley trail by itself, and something will just smell that about 1 kilometre or 2 down there and just follow it up. And oi, 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 oi. What have we got here? What's he's coming under the boat. Little gummy. Oh, well, that's what we're after, except 10 times bigger than that. Alright. Well, it's not the size we're after, but that's still a keeper gummy. We just got our gummy shark. Not quite the 15 kilo model we're after, but I just measured her. She's about 1 meter. She's about 1 meter long. So we got some flakes, some awesome meat through here that we're going to use for our cook up. So we're on. First part of our mission's done, but we're going to keep fishing and try and get that big one. Nice one. And we got her on the southern bluefin tuna. How good's that? Hey, first ingredient, you thought I'd forget that? Never had this one before. I was sitting in the bottle shop going, what do I get? And it says bloody day trip on it. See if you're not going to get that. Anyway, first up, I'm just going to make the toppings and the fillings. So I got my little gas cooker here. It's a little Jetboil stovetop. That's sick. So I'm going to chuck that on there. Just get that going. What a sick little kitchen, eh? Got some sand in there from last time. I'm pretty used to eating sand these days. Oh, I'm gonna start that with some olive oil. Can't wait to tell you what I've done with the fish in preparation. I was laughing while I was doing it. I don't know why I did it, but I've done it. I think it's I think it should be good. I'm going to start some onions in here that I've pre-diced really fine actually. Probably don't need them all. This thing is good, but there's a nice breeze coming straight over that grassy knoll over there, and she's taking a little bit to heat up. Like, those onions have been cooking for a little bit. I just took them out of the wind to let them cook up a bit more because this wind sucks. Just going to put a little bit of garlic in there, let that cook for a minute, and then we'll chuck our fish in. Just going to get this out of the wind again and let it cook through. All right, this is hard. I've got to keep running out of the wind just to let it cook through, and then I'm bringing it back to show you what ingredients I'm chucking in. So that garlic and onion's been on for probably, nearly 10 minutes. I've got another half of one of these, so I'm hoping it makes it through. And so what I've done with this fish, and I know you're gonna laugh because I laughed while I was doing it. I froze it, and then while it was still frozen, I ran it through the grater and I just grated it, and I was getting cold hands. And anyway, I ended up with like this really fine grated shark, I guess. So I'm just gonna chuck all of that in. A heap of cumin, some turmeric, so yeah, get in there. A little bit of garam masala, and lastly, spending half of this over the cliff, some paprika. Actually, not lastly, I got this miso paste. It's like an Asian, Japanese I think it is, fermented paste, really good. But I'll chuck that in there with a bit of oil so it melts down a little bit, and there should be a bit of water come out of that fish as well, so that should hopefully melt through it. I'm gonna get this back out of the wind so I can start to cook. Almost looks like rice that I got going on at the minute. Check that out, all that fish, that weird fish texture. Boy, this is smelling so good. It actually cooks really quick down there out of the wind. These things struggle in the wind. But anyway, that's what I've got going on there. That smells good as. Well, I might take that off the heat now and we'll roll down our dough and get that ready to put all this topping into. I was a bit too eager to get into my beer, which I was going to use to roll this dough out. So I've got a little bit of water here I used to break down that miso paste. Hopefully that helps stop it sticking a little bit. It's not the prettiest goslemi base you've ever seen, but it'll do. So what I'm gonna do now is I've just got my toppings that we made earlier, just here. And of course, just a bit of cheese, because, yeah, you know why. And yeah, this is not the prettiest goslemi you've ever probably seen, but it's gonna do the job just fine for what I'm after. Just gotta improvise sometimes, get that little gas cooker out of the wind. I felt so wrong grating that frozen fish. It just didn't feel right. It smelled like shark, like gummy shark. It just didn't feel like gummy shark. It just, hey, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it turns out all right. I do want to do it to another fish real soon, but I've got to go out and get it. I've got a real special recipe, better than anything I've tried before, and it's quite gourmet. It's quite extensive. All right, there's our goslemi, just there. Check that out. All right, we're gonna get that on the pan. I'll start heating that up again, and then we'll slam that in there. Look at me knees. Let's chuck this bad boy on. I'm just gonna take this out of the wind so I can cook quickly. We're running low on gas, so let's get her going. Boy, check it out. I'm having to cook it on a few different sides just to make sure it's evenly cooked through, but it's getting there for sure. That's crispying up real nice. The bread's swelled up. It's looking good, it's crispy. We're running down to the gauntlet. I thought I had a full canister left and I left it in the car because I had a jet boil, and I was like, nah, I don't really need to bring it. And the canister's in that, so we're pushing it. It's nearly done though, so pretty pumped. I'm hungry too, but it's looking good. Oh, not much of a flame left, if any. I reckon we're cooked though. I reckon we are cooked. I'll just use the last of that hot pan just to seal it. Oh, what a mission this has been. Can't always be smooth sailing, hey? Here we go. check that out. That actually turned out pretty sick, so have a quick suss of that. Like golden, beautiful on both sides. That flower's swelled up nicely. All right, let's get into it. Wow. That's actually so sick. Wow. I'll be happy as if I paid for that in a restaurant. I was too busy digging into this and I forgot to take the thumbnail photo with my Goslemy that we've just made up. So if you're still watching, thanks so much for watching. If you're wondering what that was in the thumbnail, that's what it was, a half-eaten Goslemy, which is unreal. Thank you so much for watching anyway. Hit that like button if you got value out of this content. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. I'd love you. I'd love you even if you didn't. Thanks again for watching. I'm gonna dig into this. Cheers.